So I was just live on TikTok and somebody asked me, how do you get over the fear of putting yourself out there? And I think that's a great fucking question, because even with my background in entertainment and working in the film industry, lights and cameras and all that shit, they don't intimidate me. But what did intimidate me was putting myself out there, because it's me. Like, it's my thoughts, my opinions, my views. And what if I'm wrong, right? What if I show up on the scene to share something inside of me that nobody resonates with? Does that invalidate me, right? And then I had this fear of what certain people might think about me that were in my life, that I considered successful, that I held their opinion and viewpoint like to this high regard, that if they didn't approve of what I did, then that meant that, you know, I'm a fucking piece of shit. Like, I'm wasting my time. Like, I'm a dork. What am I doing? And then I started realizing that these people, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they think about me. And it doesn't matter because my life is, and you probably hear this a lot, your life is your own. It's your fucking life. It's yours. And how you want to live it shouldn't be controlled by other people's opinions. And I get it. Like, it can be scary because there's like a barrier of entry when you're coming on the scene and you're about to show up and you're about to, you know, I don't know, fucking stake your claim. And then there's that chance of rejection. But here's the thing, the people who give a shit, they don't matter. And you've probably heard there's that quote. It's like the ones who see, I'm just gonna say what I'm gonna say. I'm not even gonna quote them. The people who give a shit, they don't matter. And the people who matter don't give a shit. And I don't know how the original quote goes, so whatever, but you get the point. And it's true. And me as a coach, like, I have friends that are coaches that like went through fucking like training and like certification and like all this shit. They're coaching. And when I showed up and was like, yeah, I'm coaching too, and then started comparing myself to these people, I'm like creating this whole scenario in my head of like, dang, I'm really like putting myself out there, but I'm doing it in comparison to Joe Schmo over here and what they did before they put themselves out here or out there. And I just get caught up in my fucking head. When at the end of the day, none of that shit matters. None of it. Zero. The only thing that matters is that you show up on scene and you share your fucking opinion. Where people go wrong is that they feel like they need to have all the answers when they show up. I thought I did. When I noticed my TikTok following kind of building, I started thinking like, fuck, like, I'm a little scared because I don't have all the answers. And then I get on live and people are like asking me questions, and some of them I don't know how to answer. So I just say, I don't know. I don't know. And then I started getting a little overwhelmed, and I had to take a step back and be like I almost felt like God was saying, you don't have to have the answers. You just have to show up. Because the answers you do have, somebody needs those. It's when you show up acting like you have it all figured out that you get tripped up and you fuck up and people don't trust you. And because you're trying to be something that you're not, which is fucking God. Like, you're not God. You don't have all the answers. So what gave me comfort and peace of mind was the idea that I didn't have to have the answers. I just needed to be who I am. So I hope you find this encouraging. And, you know, if you do have any other questions, please leave them in the comments. Not only do the comments help me and my channel be relevant, but it creates a dialogue between us, because I'm not just, you know, coming on here, this talking head, to just talk at you. I want to actually have a conversation with people and answer questions if I can. And if I can't, I don't fucking know, dude. Like, maybe I can do some research and we can discover this shit together. Because at the end of the day, look, I'm only 35, and yeah, I've been through a lot of shit in my life, but I know what I know, and I know what I don't know, and I do my best to be very clear about that. And we're in this shit together. So if I can share my experience and give you some kind of insight to where you're at and where you want to go, then fucking mission accomplished. That's it. And that's the whole reason why I'm starting this. Like, I used to even get nervous, like if I was talking to my camera like I am now, and like I could hear my neighbors walk by or somebody walk outside. I'm like, oh, fuck. I hope they don't hear me like talk. You know, and it's like, it doesn't matter. None of it matters, right? Like, they're not stopping and fucking putting their ear on my door trying to listen to what I'm saying. Like, there's like little things like that that would keep me back, that would hold me back from putting myself out there. These little fears, these little insecurities. What are other people gonna think about me? And my whole life was being controlled by the thoughts of other people. And there comes a point where you have to think like, but what about my thoughts? What about what I think about myself? Right? Because there's probably people out there thinking that about you. Like, I don't want to do that because what if they think this? And you're not even fucking thinking that. Some of you are young and you still live with your parents, and your parents they dictate your life. Hopefully not, but most cases that's what it is. And you're worried about what your parents are going to think if you want to, you know, do a particular thing with your life, and you're scared to put yourself out there because you're scared that your parents are going to be like, the fuck are you doing, bro? You need to go to college and be a doctor. You know what I mean? So if you're in that situation, you just start small. Little by little. Little by little. What I did, I worked construction with my dad, and I would save all my money because I wasn't paying rent. I was like 22. And I'd save all my money, and I started making a plan. I'm going to learn about photography. I'm going to drive to Florida because I didn't know anybody in Houston when I lived there. So I'm going to drive back to Florida, my hometown, and I'm going to set up photo shoots with people that I think are photogenic. I'm going to build a portfolio. I'm going to come back with a whole body of work, and I'm going to put it on the internet for people to see. And I did. And my stepmom had a problem with it at first. He's not paying rent. And my dad would be like, no, he's trying to do something. He's building something. I'd get up every morning, 6 a.m., 7 a.m., go to work with my dad. And I would save my money, and I'd buy photography equipment. Little by little. And my dad didn't really understand, like, how do you make money in photography? Like, that's crazy. I'm like, I don't know. All I know is that I have to go do this and put this shit out there. So with that said, you just start little by little. And it will take time for you to kind of get in the groove of things, but then you start realizing, like, people don't really fucking care. And if anything, people support you. And the people who don't support you, well, fuck them. They can go stub their toe, you know? But like, you have to get to a point eventually where it's like, yo, am I gonna live my life based off of what other people think about me and their opinions about me and what I should and should not be doing? Or am I going to live my life how I want to live it, how I feel like I'm supposed to be living it? And if I'm wrong, cool, I can correct course down the road. I'll figure that out. But that's up to me to figure out. But if you're leaving that power up to everybody else, you're only going to hate yourself. And it's going to be this like deep disappointment that you're not even going to realize you're disappointed in yourself, but it's going to show. And you're going to be easily agitated and irritated about certain stupid things, and you're short-tempered, and you're not going to know why. You're just so like anxious. And it's because you're not living true to yourself, and you're allowing yourself to be a slave to everyone else's thoughts and opinions. And you're mad at the world, but in reality, you're just mad at yourself for allowing yourself to be a slave to everyone else's thoughts and opinions. You're mad at yourself for relinquishing your power to people you think give a fuck, but really don't. And at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is what you think of you. And that's it. So when I first started posting TikTok videos, I remember I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to encourage people. I wanted to kind of like share content that was inspiring and motivating, something positive. Because I know how much that content and like words of affirmation have affected my life. And I wanted to be able to do that for other people, because it's so profound and so powerful. The spoken word is the most powerful force on earth. My dog farts sometimes, and that's pretty powerful too. Yeah, that's like the second most powerful thing. But that's a whole nother topic of discussion. The point that I'm trying to make is that when I started on TikTok, I didn't know what fucking direction I was going. So what I did, I found templates, found what people were doing. I was like, 3 things you need to know about that. I don't talk like that. That's not me. And I understand that in entertainment, when you're talking to a camera, there's a different type of energy that needs to come out. There's certain things that you have to do to capture and engage with your audience. But that wasn't me. I wasn't able to be true to who I am speaking like that. And then I would try to like write scripts. I'm like, man, this is fucking bullshit. I hate this. Like, I hate it. So I kind of like fell off a little bit, and then I was still kind of in that content creation mindset. And so I found this feather one day, this blue feather, and there was a whole backstory to it. And if you haven't seen it, go check out my TikTok. It's called Crazy Manifestation Story or something like that. Talking about this story that I heard about this book that talks about manifesting a blue feather. And then you think about this blue feather, you visualize it, and you feel what it feels like to have found this blue feather and all this stuff, and then you let it go and you forget about it. And then eventually you end up finding a blue feather. And I was like, oh yeah, we'll see. I believe in manifestation, but I never really intentionally done this. So whatever, I did it one day, 3 weeks later, I was like, damn, I never found a blue feather. And then I went through this crazy transition period where I ended a 7-year relationship. And I was just in a really, 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 really tough place. In that week of the separation, I went and had lunch. Well, not lunch, but we were gonna eat. But anyway, met a friend at the park. Ended up, before I sat down, there was a fucking bright ass blue feather sitting right there. So I shared the story, but at first, like, I left the park, I came home, I was like, dang, that'd be crazy. I was like, wait, I didn't bring it home. So I drove back to the park, picked it up, came back. On the way home, I thought I should share this on TikTok. So I finally got back on TikTok. I looked for some videos that were sharing the same story, because the original, what made me do the manifestation was a video I saw on TikTok. So I was like, I wonder if anybody else has done it, somebody else did it. So I was like, okay, that's a great template to how to share the story. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna share my story like that. I didn't know how to talk. I didn't know how to share the story. I knew there was a particular way to share stories, but I didn't really know how to do it. I thought this girl did it really well, so I followed her template. And I was like, okay, and I shared it. And it went viral. And then I was like, oh fuck, like I don't really know much about manifestation. Like I just know it's a thing. And then what started happening is people were curious as to what I thought about manifestation. So it challenged me. So like I threw myself in the ocean and I forced myself to swim. So I'll wrap this video up with that story. There is no like, here, just do this and everything will be great and you'll feel great and you won't even be scared. You just have to do it scared. But you got me. You got me here. You can ask me questions and I can help you along the way if I can. So, yeah, man, thank you guys for subscribing. Dude, I think I got like 50 new subscribers or some shit like that. Maybe less. Maybe like 15. Maybe more. But anyway, I appreciate it, seriously. And if you have comments, please do leave comments, like this video or dislike it, and subscribe. If you're new here, if you don't know me from jack shit, my name is Darren Rios, and this is what I do. I love you guys. And until next video, fuck, let's keep this bitch going. What else can I say? I still need a fucking catchy catchphrase. If you guys haven't seen Free Guy, the movie, go watch that movie. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Hopefully you find some kind of clarity in this. Seriously though, if you do have questions, let me know. Until next time, I love you, take care of yourself, and I'll come up with a really witty catchphrase and maybe we could put it on a t-shirt. But until then, I have Your Club Sucks, and you can buy all those t-shirts and hats and beanies and all that kind of shit at yourclubsucks.co. Little plug. And yeah, man, fucking shit. This is... I gotta get better at these endings. Love you guys. Have a good week, because tomorrow's Monday. Let's go put ourselves out there. What the fuck? What are you waiting for, dude? Get the fuck out of here.